John Boehner has been caught hyping another one of these false Obamacare horror stories. This is so funny, and it just is happening day after day after day. Politics USA is reporting that Monday, as healthcare.gov was being visited by almost 1 million people in that one day, John Boehner, Republican Speaker of the House from Ohio, thought it was necessary to try to save face and push the narrative that ordinary people are being punished by the Affordable Care Act. One such story that Boehner focused on is the story of Cornelius Kelly, who's a Long Island resident that claims he was told he would have to buy a separate insurance policy for his 18-month-old baby. In fact, John Boehner sent out the following tweet. "I couldn't believe what I was being told," quote, "said a dad who learned Obamacare wouldn't cover his baby." So an investigation was done into this story, and let me take a step back. Media picked up on Cornelius Kelly. He was on Fox News. The New York Post ran the story. It's becoming a big thing. Wow, Obamacare, it's terrible. This guy, Cornelius Kelly, has to get a separate plan for his 18-month-old. As the investigation started, because people started saying, hold on a second. This doesn't make any sense. What's going on? It actually turns out that on his application, Cornelius Kelly said he had 3 children when in reality he has 4. This caused an error in his application, which had to be fixed. Now, under the New York State Exchange, no matter how many kids you have, they can all be covered under the same family plan for no more than 2.85 times the cost of an individual plan. So really, there should be zero cost difference between having 3 kids or 4 kids on your plan. And Kelly is saying, well, I was told 3 different things by 3 different people, et cetera, et cetera. It was all bogus, Lewis. What happened here increasingly is that at the very best scenario, this was just a mistake that he made. There was confusion when he called, and he simply needed to either have the application corrected or resubmit it properly. Some are saying that when you look more closely at Cornelius Kelly, he ran for public office as a Republican a couple of years ago. He lost. Could it be that he deliberately submitted an erroneous application and then called a bunch of numbers just to get different responses from people? Because, hey, if you submit the application incorrectly, it's going to be confusing. And then went to the press and said, look at what I've got here. It's a disaster. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, the guy filled out his application wrong. Worst case scenario, this was a deliberate way of getting attention. Either way, this is not the horror story that John Boehner wants us to believe it is.
No, it's of course not. It wouldn't surprise me, considering that we've got mailmen throwing out Obamacare letters, that this was all intentional. But if you have 4 children and you put down that you have 3, did he forget about that 4th kid? I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't any reasonable person think that the application process may not go that smoothly, whether it's healthcare.gov or a private insurance website, or you sitting there at the health insurance office, if you misstate the number of people in your family? That's like a basic thing, Lewis. If we're going to get coverage that we need, you have to have the number of people in your family correct. Maybe that's just too much to ask for some of these people.
I guess so. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if this was all deliberate.